Hi friends, it's Angela here, Nerfenstein, aka Girly Gamer, with my top 10 games of 2018. I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't play every game that released this year. That would be impressive. So I'm just going to include a little look at some games that I bought that I haven't had a chance to play that I think might have taken up a spot on this list. Starting with Pandemic Fall of Rome. If you've been here a while, you'll know that I'm a Pandemic fangirl to the max. So it's a little surprise that this would be on my top 10 games of last year. If only I'd managed to play it. Next up, Keeper. I'm a fan of Keyflower and I've bought this. You can see it's actually still in shrink. So I haven't had a chance to play it, but I feel like it may well have hit this list. Last up, we've got Architects of the West Kingdom. I know that this would have been in my top 10, without a doubt. So I'm just prefacing it here. I am busting to play this one, but it just hasn't happened. Right, let's get on to the top 10 actual. My number 10 is card game The Mind. Now I know not everyone enjoys this and some people don't even consider it a game. Blasphemy. You can fight me in the comments, but I've had a right laugh with this one. I even bought it for a few friends based on my experience. It's fun, and that's it for me. That makes a good game. So that's why The Mind is my number 10. If you haven't played it, give it a go. And give it a go with people that like to have a laugh. You don't want to be playing this with some serious group that's just going to take the mick out of it. That's The Mind, my number 10. Number 9, we've got Drop It. Now I know, again, this is not a board game, but it's a great game for non-gamers and I've had a lot of fun introducing this one to family members and non-gamers. Anyone can play this, it's super simple, and for that, it gets a mention here on my list. You just drop coloured pieces down and try and not hit certain other things, or try and score by hitting these. That's Drop It. Check it out if you're looking for a really simple, fun game for the non-gamers in your life. Next up, we've got Tags, and if you think my entire list is going to be games that aren't really games, hold on to your hat, there's more coming. Tags is another game that anyone can play. This is on my mother-in-law can list. My mother-in-law isn't a gamer, but bless her, she will play anything that I think she can, and she does pretty well at this one. This is a game where you have to come up with certain things and match a letter. So it might be US cities, and there are marbles here. If you match a cross-reference thing, so US cities, and there might be an S, you might say Seattle, you pick up that marble, and marbles score differently dependent on their color at the end of the round. Super, super simple. A lot of fun when people try and slide cheeky words by you. That's Tags, my number 8. The only problem with this one is if you store your games vertically, it's a bloody mess. Next up, we've got Gizmos, yet another game that uses marbles. This time, it's Gizmos from Aussie designer Phil Walker Harding. Like my love for Matt Leacock and Jamie Stegmaier, my love for Phil Walker Harding knows no bounds. The name on the box was enough to sell this one to me, and I wasn't disappointed. I've just found this to be a lot of fun every time I've played it. It starts off super simple with your building up your tableau. And as your gizmos get harder, your brain starts to burn. If you haven't had a chance to play Gizmos, I definitely suggest trying it out. And that's why Gizmos is my number 7. Number 6 is Luxor, and there's nothing quite like running around a temple stealing its treasures like Lara Croft or Indiana Jones. And that is Luxor in a box. Family weight game with a randomized setup. I just really love this one. It starts off light, but there's a lot of fun to be had as you try and work your workers through the randomized setup board, trying to steal as much treasure as you can without going too fast, but trying still to make it to the center where these sarcophagi are. That's Luxor, my number 6. Number 5 is Dice Hospital from Alley Cat Games. And I bought this because I wanted a good hospital themed game. Theme Hospital on PC was a family favorite. And I just thought this was different and might hopefully fill that little gap in my collection. It's not a perfect game, but it's in my top 10 because it's different and I've had a lot of fun playing it this year. It's great quality, especially if you've got the deluxe add-on. And who doesn't love Little plastic ambulances to hold your dice. That's Dice Hospital, a sweet little worker placement, dice placement game. Number 4, we've got Thanos Rising. It might seem like a cash grab given the Marvel license, but I gotta tell you folks, I have really loved this game this year. The only thing lacking is I think it already needs an expansion if you play it a lot. Still, Thanos Rising manages to capture the stress and urgency of the big guy trying to fill out his glove, and you get to recruit some really awesome characters from the Marvel Universe. Thanos Rising has been a real surprise to me this year, but it's a pleasant one. Oh, and shameless plug, if you want to paint your Thanos up so he looks a little bit more like Thanos, just check out my painting guide that's on my channel. That's Thanos Rising, my number 4. My number 3 is Cat Lady, and it might seem weird for a card game to be up this high, but I've played this more than any other game in the last year. I've even played the app version until I was number 1 in the world for a short time there. I also upgraded the pieces from the cubes. That's just how much I love this game. I realise a lot of gamers might overlook this because of the box art, but seriously, there is a fantastic little game in here. You can take this anywhere as well because it's small enough. This is a great little game of card drafting and set collection. And yeah, I know it's dated 2017, so really it's not a 2018 game, but I got it this year and played it this year. So that's why it's on my list. That's Cat Lady from AEG, my number 3. Welcome to Your Perfect Home is my number 2. And this one was nearly my number 1, but it got pipped at the last minute by something else. Welcome to from Blue Cocker Games is an amazing roll and write game. Well, actually roll and flip because it actually uses cards. There's just something really simple but strategic about making your little neighborhood here. And if you don't have it and you want to check it out, I suggest you go over to the One Tars YouTube channel. She has got an online playthrough there where you simply just print out one of the sheets and give it a go. And I am convinced that once you have, if you don't already own this, you'll be off to your friendly local game store to give it a purchase. And that is my number 2. Welcome to. Awesome little game. It's time for my number 1. And no, it's not Coimbra, it's not Teotihuacan, you know the one. And it's not Architects, because as I said, I haven't played it yet. My number 1 game is not here. It's in the boot of the car so that we can whisk it off and play it at a moment's notice when the rest of our group want to play it. And that game is Betrayal Legacy from Avalon Hill Games. We've been playing it every chance that we've had since Christmas, and it has been an absolute blast. We haven't quite finished it. We've got a couple of scenarios to go, but what we have played so far has been awesome. Exploring a haunted mansion is fun. Exploring it with an albeit tenuous family legacy aspect is even more fun. We've had huge shocks, hilarious moments, and some super creepy ones. We usually play this one with the creepy soundtracks and make sure you get on that. I've made Betrayal Legacy my number 1 game of 2018 because we can't wait to play it again. All 5 of us have loved every minute of it, and that rarely happens. There's usually someone in the group that will not like what we're playing. As with any game, and particularly legacy games, you get out of it sometimes what you put into it. And our group, they do the silly voices and they do a little bit of role playing and they add a little bit more fun into the game itself. And for that reason, it has been an absolute blast. And I think it deserves its place here at my number 1 spot. That was my top 10 games that I played in 2018. What are your games? I would love to hear about it in the comments. I know that I missed loads of great games because I didn't get to play every game that came out, obviously. But this list is as definitive as I could manage with what I have played. I hope you found something of use. Till next time, Nerfenstein out.